Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. Frazee Family Foods, what a hometown grocery store should be. Friendly staff, family-owned, and a wide variety of groceries to fulfill your needs. The City of Frazee and Frazee Event Center, featuring a 5,000 square foot room, a built-in stage, and a full-service bar, perfect for a multitude of events. Call or click to book your event.
Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. We aren't in Frazee today. We're up at Hubble Pond out by Rochert and Cotton Lake here, and we've encountered the loon counter, Marsh Kostka. Hi, Marsh.
Hi, how you doing?
Tremendous.
Yeah, what a day, huh?
Oh, yeah, sunny, little breeze. It's nice.
Yes, it's every time you come out, you get good weather, so I always do it when you're out.
So, yeah, Marsh does counting of loons on some of the lakes around here. And so, Marsh, how long have you been doing this now?
This year makes my 9th year that I've been doing it. I seen a thing online in the DNR when I retired, and I thought, that sounds like something fun to do. So they had you could apply, and I did it, and boom, got a lake. And then they had a couple other ones available, and they asked me if I'd take them on, being they're all right in the same area. So here I am.
And did you miss any years at all in the 9 or?
Nope. I've gone every year. Haven't had to. COVID didn't shut me down.
Probably better to be out here.
Yeah. The loons didn't care if I was masked or not.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
It's interesting that these jobs like that are available, for people to volunteer, and I know just not counting loons, there's other things they can.
Oh, I even did it one year. It's kind of a crazy name, but was going out in the evening and listening for and trying to identify frogs and toads. I did that, and they'd been doing it for a couple years, but the funding ran out, so they discontinued that. They had another one where you went out and you were looking and to find different woodpeckers. And I did that one year. And that's another one the funding went out on. But this loon one, that's a pretty intense one. It's been 20 plus years that the DNR has been doing it. So they're doing whatever they can to keep that going.
Well, and I can understand that on the loon, because they winter down in Florida where the BP spill was.
Yep. They come down there, and now they gave them a lot of issues, but they're coming back.
Well, and that's good to see. We're going to take a break here, and we're going to be right back talking with Marshall here again. We're back here with Marsh Kostka, the loon counter at Hanson Lake, or up north of Frazee. And like we said, it's a beautiful day, but you've been doing this for 9 years now. Now, starting out this year, is this your first time out there this year?
Yep, today is the first time out. They don't want you to go out if it's really windy or if it's heavier rains, because you can't get a count. The birds stay pretty low. They're hard to determine out on the water, that way, because they sit so low in the water anyway, especially when you're looking for the juveniles. They're hard to see. So they like days when it's fairly calm, sunny, so you got good vision. You can see good. You can do, like I'm doing on this one, on foot, canvassing around, but otherwise you can bring a boat to do it also. You got a couple different options to do it. Depending upon the pond or the lake you're doing, some of them are public. I've got a couple that you have to go through private property to get on, so you got to make sure well in advance you got the clearance to get into there.
Yeah. You don't want to put any holes in your shirt.
Yeah. I can't run like I used to. Yeah.
Me neither. But no, so you do Hanson and a couple of private ones, and then what other lakes?
I do Heideland. I do that. Just across the road from Heideland, across 34, there's a lake called Ballard that's back on private property. And there's another one that's back in there, and that one's actually no name, is what they don't have a name for it, so that's what they call it. And that one's kind of tough. It's really brushed in and stuff to do, to get at. That one you gotta be on a jungle safari to kind of get into that one. But so anyway.
Well, and then Heideland, is a big lake. So, and so how many places do you set up on the lake then?
Well, you can go. I go around. I use the east access, and then I'll come around on west side where the river goes out. You can go there and get a good view. The public access right off of 34, the vegetation growth usually is so strong there going out in the lake so far, you can't really see. So I mean, you need a boat there, or I use a good spotting scope and look. And then I come around to the north end on the access up there, and that's normally where the duck hunters go in the fall. There's not really traffic in there as far as fisher people and stuff that way. But so I got 4 spots to get around, and I spend about, I don't know, 4 hours or so, 5 hours, on that lake. The smaller ones take about an hour, hour and a half to do. They have a guideline what you're referencing to go by.
And then, so the reason you do it this time of the year is so that you can kind of see if there's any hatchlings too.
Yep, you want that way to find out what they've got going on, if there's juveniles out there with them, and to kind of get an idea. The last couple of years, the juvenile count has been down on the ones that I've done, plus the literature I get, results and stuff. It's been kind of that way all over in Minnesota to a degree. So the DNR is looking into it to see if they can determine if there's some kind of a pattern going on.
Well, that's interesting to know, and of course, I expected some decline after the BP spill, and I know they put some money into these projects along with the University of Florida, to work with the University of Minnesota Extension on this, so that we can, and we started the Loon Center over across the lake to help understand what's going on.
Yep, they do that. There were just an article in, I can't remember the paper, one a woman has been making floating nests for loons. And because they nest on a like a floating bog, with their feet way back by their tail, they can't walk on land. So this is a kind of an experiment. They've been doing it for a few years, and they are getting some success. They're not telling you to go out and make one and do it right away. Let's see the results.
Well, and that is interesting too, because I never knew that here, and just until the last couple of years, that if you find, say you've had a storm and you see a loon in a field, that the loon's distressed. It can't walk, and it can't get enough to fly off the field.
Yep, it's stuck there. I mean, if you don't try to get it to some water or get a hold of a DNR official on there, the loon's going to pass away.
So we're here at Hansen Lake. What do you have out here on Hansen Lake for birds?
Right now in front of us there is 2 adult loons out there. I've been monitoring now here for a little while, but I don't see any juveniles with them. But I've only been here half an hour, and so and usually this lake I get a pretty good count on them. I'll see it. This is usually quite active, so I'm hoping to see some come in from the east side, and anyway would have some juveniles with them.
Well, Marshall, I do appreciate you being on the program here and all you do out here. It makes a difference. Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of fun. It's fun. If you like nature, it's a fun way to get back out and do something. You're paying back or doing stuff for what you like to do. So I like it.
Then, of course, we haven't talked about this much, but how was the morel picking this year?
I got it plenty to eat as time went. I don't have a lot to hoard through the winter, but.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a good year, though, and an early year.
Yep. No, it took a while, but when they popped, you could just about hear them.
Well, okay, Marshall. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for seeing you guys.
Yeah, and you keep this up. Keep doing the good things.
All right, I will.
Yeah. And always remember, pet the dog, hug the kids, kiss the wife, and wave at the neighbor. The next person you wave at could be your next best friend. And we'll see you on the Spotlight on Frazee next week.